Thanks for clicking on Just Beast Fitness. I'm your trainer Jasper Bravo. Today we are training a LAT focused back workout. That is, we are concentrating today on increasing the width. If you're somebody who has been working on their width, that is, you want your back to look big from behind, this is a workout for you. There's always that thickness, that is where you looking big from the side. But now that's not what you're working on today. Today we are concentrating on making sure that you look big from behind. And why is that? That is because for the last 3 months or so, we've been concentrating so much on training the thickness of the back, and so far I think we are satisfied with what we are having right now, and it's high time we thought that we need to switch things up and make the back be more balanced by making it more wide. Right now it's wide, yes, but we want that width, we want it to increase. We want that when we open that traps like that, we want to see the traps up there, and we want to see the lats opened just like that, you see. And that's why we are concentrating on lat movements today, just to make sure that we make it wide. We want to be in a situation where when we lift our hands up, there's that big V taper shape on the back, and that's why that's what we're going to do today. So this is a workout for you if you're somebody who does that. And for those people who are also natural bodybuilders, here we have great tips on lifting, bodybuilding, fitness and longevity all in one. So you can always stick around, enjoy such, and I know you'll always enjoy it. So you can see this body, this is a physique so far. This is our status of the physique right now as far as bulking is concerned. And as I told you guys, this year we were supposed to bulk for the whole year, but because of unavoidable circumstances, we're going to bulk until August. Then after that, I'm going to tell you guys what next. So if you love such things and you want to see how this bulking journey is going to go, just subscribe. You can consider that. And also there's a notification. There's always some bell down there for notifications, just to let you know when we upload a video. And yeah, and always when you have questions on your fitness journey, always feel free to post them down on the comments, and I'll always respond to them. I respond to each and every question that you guys ask, as long as it concerns fitness. So right now we are starting our back day with a warm-up, and we start warming our back with the pull-ups. And some of you skip warm-up, and I want you not to. I'll advise you don't. Why? Because warm-up is one of the ways you can reduce the chances of getting hurt when you start now attacking the weights, because you want to get your muscles and mind ready for whatever it is you're going to do next. And that's why we do that, just to get it ready. And just one set was enough. And we got the next warm-up, which is going to be bar row, but now just with the bar without any weights on it. And also here we are doing like 10 reps to make sure that the muscles around the back and the joints are lubricated enough, for lack of a better word, just to avoid any injuries that could otherwise occur. So in case you were wondering which kind of workouts usually hit the back for the thickness more, I'll tell you that it is all those workouts that you push forward, like the one you're starting with right now. The row is concentrated on the thickness. So we are starting in this one. You remember I told you that this is a back workout that is focused on the width, which is the lats, but doesn't mean we are not going to train the thickness. We have to train both, and we are starting with the row, and we are starting with some really heavy row just to challenge the back enough. And on this one, just going to do 2 sets, I think. Yeah, just 2 sets, and it will be good for the thickness of the back. Then we'll do another workout, then we get direct to now working on the lats and making them wide enough. Now this one is the second set for the same workout. We are repeating the same weight, because we noticed that it was just challenging enough. There was no need of adding, and there was no need of reducing. It was just good enough. It gives us a good range of motion. As long as the weight can give us more than 8 reps, that is good enough, and it doesn't go beyond 30. That is a good enough weight. So that's why we are good. We are good with this workout on this second set. Now we are going to the second workout, still working on the thickness of the back, and this is the T-bar row. And this is a very awesome workout by there, especially when you're working on the thickness of your mid back, that is the middle part of your back. You can always do this workout. It will help improve that area. So also this one, we're just using a weight that is heavy enough, challenging enough, but light enough that could allow us to go at least 10 reps for sure. And that was the first set. It was good enough. We decided to add more 15 kgs up there to make it heavier and more challenging. And we are doing exactly that, pulling the weight. And as you can see, we are using a little bit of momentum because we are getting tired already. And now this is what we call the thickness workout of the back. And that does it for the thickness. We go direct to the lat workout, and we start with the cable lat pull down. Somebody will be asking me, why is it that I'm starting with the thickness and yet we want to concentrate on the width of the back? That's a very good question, by the way. And the answer will be, since we want to train the thickness, the width of the back, we decided to touch the thickness when we are still fresh, because we know that if we start with the lats, and the lats we're going to do so many of them, by the time we get into the thickness part, we'll be too tired to do it. So we'd rather just get it out of the way, the thickness part, then we remain with our entire workout, now training the thickness of our, the width of our back. If you understand that, thank you. Now we are supersetting that with the shrugs. And what is the shrugs for? The shrugs is just the workout that allows you to have that traps up there, that muscle you usually see next to your ear, that one that makes you look like Batista. This is the workout for it. You make sure you just load the weight enough, put it in front of you, then you make that movement that kids usually make when you ask them to give you something and they don't want to. They always kind of shrug their shoulders. That's exactly what we're replicating here, and I'm trying to superset it with the bench. With the lateral, the lat pull down. Now we got the next workout, the next set for the lat pull down, which is the second set. And here we added a little bit of the weight, and just to make it more challenging, and just to make it better for the next set. Next set, which is going to be heavier. So as we continue with the workout, right now you can see we are concentrating more on the lat. And if you really want to target that lat well, when you're doing this workout, I want you always to keep this in mind, that you're trying to bring your elbows to your sides, like it's to your rib cage, and that will make you really squeeze that lats really well. And as you can see, we are supersetting it with the heavier shrugs. These are shrugs we decided to add a little bit of weight because the previous one was a little bit light. And here we are aiming for very high reps. I usually like making my shrugs to be with very many high reps because of that short rate of motion. You notice that shrugs with the normal workout, say chest, let's say the bench press, you'll notice that the reps will last for about 4 seconds or so. But with the shrugs, the weights, these reps tend to really be super brief. And because of that, we use high reps to make sure that we at least beat that time and attention. Now heading to the next lat workout, and this is one lat pull down cable, and this is a very awesome workout, but if you don't do it, try it, and it will really help you with the squeezing. And as you can see that it is one arm at a time. Why I do that is, when you do this workout one arm at a time, it's easier to squeeze one side of the lat, then you squeeze the other side, rather than when you're doing them both. That's why it's good to do this workout too, especially when you're training your lats, because it helps with that squeeze at the bottom there. And then again, when you're doing this workout, don't use weights that are too heavy sometimes, because that one will make you to start feeling your triceps. If you work out and you notice your triceps are working so much, it's because the weight is too heavy and then you're not using your back as much. The only way you can do that is reducing the weight, then you put your back in a stretch or a slanting position, then you pull the weight towards you, concentrating on bringing your elbows to touch your hip. When you do that with the both of the sides, you'll notice that awesome squeeze that you're looking for around the lats area. Now, this is another workout that I didn't used to do way back, but since I discovered it, I've never dropped it again because it really pumps my back crazy. It's one of those workouts that I just do and I feel so much powerful afterwards. It makes me feel like I want to walk with my arms open, like those open bodybuilders, because of the thickness I feel on my lats and my upper back just by doing this workout. So you can also try it if you've never done it, and then you could give me your feedback on the comments if you really love it, if you're enjoying it, and if you stick with it for a moment, I can promise you that it is going to improve how your back looks, especially as far as the lats is concerned. Now, we're already feeling so much pain, that sweet pain that you always feel when you're working out. You're already feeling it, and that's a good indication that the fatigue has already started kicking in. However, we are still way back, and we still have to grow. We have to train. We have to do this. Now we're getting direct to the next workout, which is a superset for the previous one, and this is a shrug. And as you can see, we decided to add another weight just to make it heavier and more challenging, because one of those workouts that one can really load so much weight on is usually shrugs. And don't be scared of putting so much weight on the back and then shrug it, because your traps can handle it. Now we go to the second set of the cable pull down, and you can notice that it got to a place where it started being difficult, because you can notice that it was kind of, when I'm doing this workout, I noticed that I was moving forward, so I had to bring this box down here just to limit my movement, just to allow me to be in a stable position. So you can always do this, or another option, you could use an inclined bench. You sit on it, then you hold the bench, and it will help you with that movement and allows you just not to move forward moved forward by the weight. But personally, I think this one is good enough, and I just enjoy doing it this way, with my knees, one knee on the ground and one foot forward, and just pulling the weight like that. As you can see the weights. You can see how my back is really responding to that. It's because it's such an awesome workout. In this set also, I decided to add a little bit of weight, because the previous two were a little bit lighter. So after adding these, the workout just got a little bit more challenging, and the squeezing part became crazy, and that's what I was looking for. I just want that workout that challenges me and just forces my muscles to grow, because we can't beg it to grow. We force it to grow, as City Fletcher always says, I command you to grow. So don't forget that we are supersetting. We decided to superset again. Go to the next set, which is this is now the fourth set for the shrugs. And because this is one part of the back that is not usually trained so much, so I give it so many sets to make sure that it's not lagging behind. And that one was good enough. Now I'm going to the next workout, and this one is flies with not using the cable, but now using this bar as a handle. The handle is a bar, and then you kneel down, and the kneeling down part is just there to help you with the stretch, and then you squeeze all the way down. This is a very awesome workout again for the back, especially the lats. In fact, personally, I could argue that this is the best lat pull down machine. It's the best workout that you could do for your lats. And right now I'm supersetting this one with my triceps, because today we are supposed to train my triceps too, and because we are running out of time, now I'm supersetting them with overhead tricep extension for the cable. And this is a very awesome also workout for the triceps, especially the long head of the triceps. It's just one head of the triceps that people don't usually train so much. I like training it so much since I discovered it, and I can assure you that it will improve how your arm looks just by doing this workout. Now I'm doing this just to make sure that I use the little time, because I've timed myself to make sure that this workout doesn't last more than an hour, and that explains the reason for the supersetting. I got the next workout again, the second set of the kneeling pull over, and that is the second set for it, just for that lats. And as you can see, I am drop setting just to make sure that I squeeze everything out of the muscles right now, because this could be the last set for this workout, and I just want to get that pump, because it's the pump that will determine if we're going to repeat or we are done with this workout and are heading to the next one. So as you see, I do a few reps, and right now, by the way, the lats is super tired. That's why you can notice that I'm just able to do like 2 or 3 reps in each and every drop of the sets, because I'm feeling so much exhausted right now, and we just want to push it to the end anyway. There's no excuse. Just the fact that you're feeling painful, you're feeling the pain, it's not an excuse for you to stop doing it, because sometimes people stop because they feel the pain, and that's not an indication for failure. Failure and pain are two different things. So pain is that time when you stop because you can't do anymore, because you can't take it anymore. And failure is that point you get to that even if I had a gun pointed on your head, you'd still not do it anyway. Now you're going to the next set, which is the second set, still supersetting of the overhead tricep extension with the cable. And as I told you, this one is for the long head, and I'm just trying to squeeze at the top as much as possible, as you can see, because most of the time maybe you could do this workout and you don't extend your arm, and the squeeze part is always very important. I know it's the most difficult part, but it's also very, very important, and also the part that you also stretch the muscle well. Then we go to the next workout, which is another back workout, and this one is the lat pull downs, but now we're doing one arm at a time. This one I just usually do it to make sure that I feel that squeeze, because it's not as easier to squeeze individual lats when you do them together, but when you do them separately like this, there's that squeeze that you really feel. And I usually like it especially towards the end of the workout, because it helps me get that pump to make that lat just feel so much worked. And as always, I start with this, the weaker side, which is the left side, then I do the same rep, then I do the other side, then now I do the alternating when both of them have already gotten close enough to exhaustion. Of course, doing this makes it difficult for the one that I did on the second side. That is, if it's the left side that I did the second time, it's more difficult on it because it doesn't rest. But also, that's what we call shocking the muscle. Sometimes it's okay to shock it, do for it what it doesn't expect. Then we superset that with another tricep workout, my new favorite tricep workout, which is across the body tricep extension. And this one hits on the short and the mid head of the tricep, and it's a very awesome workout, by the way, especially with the stretch that I feel and the contraction that I feel at the end of the workout is just awesome. And then why I love this extension workout so much is that it's so easy on my elbows. You notice that most of these workouts that involve the triceps tend to be very hard on the joints, especially the elbows. So that sometimes could limit how much weight you are lifting or the number of reps you're doing. But with this one, I don't have such a problem, and I'm just doing that. Then I'm supersetting into the overhead tricep extension, just to squeeze everything out of the triceps and to make sure that I get as close as possible to failure, because as I told you, now we are running out of time. And always, if you're somebody who is busy, let's say you don't have so much time to go to the gym or to work out, let's say you have like 10 minutes, 10 to 30 minutes, I'll always advise that don't take that for granted, because some people will not train because they think they have time too little. But I'm telling you that if you take that 10 minutes and squeeze all your workout within that 10 minutes, that is, you choose like 3 or 4 body parts and you do them by supersetting. Let's say you do one bicep workout, then you don't rest, you head direct to a tricep workout, then you head to a shoulder workout, then you repeat the whole circle over and over again like 4 or 5 times. You'll have a very awesome workout, fully pumped within a very short time. So that's a recommendation, assuming that you don't have time. But if you have time, of course, the optimal is just doing your sets close enough to failure, giving your muscles enough time to recuperate. Then you go to the next one, just to maximize on the quality of the sets that you have. Because also, if you really rush the sets, what will happen is you'll have very low quality sets, because when you do your sets when you're not fully ready, not fully recovered, what happens is you'll not do them as well as you could have if you are well recovered. So there's always a trade-off for either, but at the end of the day, you have no excuse for not working out. If you have little time, just use that time. So anybody who tells you that you have to be in the gym for 1 to 2 hours, that's a myth. You can always use the little time you have. And also, you don't have to go to the gym. If you don't have time to go to the gym, assuming the 10 minutes all that you have, you could do some push-ups, some sit-ups, some body squats, some body lunges, some pull-ups. There's an awful lot of workouts you could do at home and still stay fit. Now going to the next workout. This is another back workout, and this one also targets normally the rear delts. This one we call it face pull, and it's always a workout also I like doing towards the end of my back workout, because it makes me get an awesome pump, And because it's a workout, I don't need to handle so much weight, because there's always that difficulty handling these workouts, because when the weight really gets heavy, the weight tend to pull you forward, and that becomes a hindrance from you really doing the workout. So I like putting it towards the end of the workout so that I don't need to use so much weight. I'm supersetting it with pullovers, but now this is a cable pullovers, which is a very good workout still for the lats. Now this is just for me to get that awesome pump towards the end of workout for both my upper back, the thickness of my back, and the width of my back, which is the lats. And yeah, you can always do this, because sometimes you find that if I started with, like right today, I started with the thickness, that is the mid and the upper part of the back for the workout. By the time I'm finishing the lats, you notice that the pump is almost gone. So I do this superset also to help me retain that pump. And I head direct to tricep extension now with the down tricep extension. This one now with the, I'm not using the whatever the handle that is made of the rope, but now I'm using that bar just to get a new, hit that muscle from a different angle, because that's also very important, to just attack the muscle from different angles to trigger it to grow, so that it's just not used to training or doing the same type of movement. I'm also supersetting that with the dips, but now this is the dips for triceps. Now you guys can now see the difference between the dips. I shall tell you that the dips of the triceps, I just go until 90 degrees, then I go back up. I don't stretch all the way down. Then after a few seconds of rest, I go to the next workout, which is the lat, I mean the tricep extension. But now I've decided to I'm going first to do whatever, the face pulls first, then is when I do the tricep extension, because I'm just repeating the same superset that I did before, but now with a little bit of heavier weight. You can see that now the weight is more challenging, and you can see the whatever it is I was telling you that I try to avoid is coming in play right now, that the weight when it gets heavier, it tends to pull you forward, and that becomes a hindrance for stability when you're trying out to do these face pulls. So that's why sometimes I just do it at the end of the workout. But if you have a training partner, you could always have him or her hold you at the waist, then pull you back, just to help you that stability. Then you go direct to pullovers, also for just that awesome pump that you're looking for, the pump for the lats, just to maintain that pump towards the end of workout, just to make sure that we are pumped throughout and we end the workout feeling like the back is fully trained and pumped at the same time. Because as you know, the other parts of the back that we started with right now is a little bit shrunk and not as pumped as it was at the beginning of the workout, and that's not nice. So then we go to the next workout, which is another tricep workout. The next set, we have done it once. Now this is the second set. And as you can see also on this workout, I'm not loading it so much because we are really tired right now, and it's always okay to let some of the workouts end. Some of the workouts that you don't need to lift so heavy on, to stay at the end of the workout. Then you see I superset it with the dips, and as you can see, as I was explaining to you prior, that the dips that you do when you're doing your triceps, just get to the 90 degrees, then you go back up, so that the tension just remains throughout on the triceps rather than transferring it all down to your chest. And now it's time to check the pump to confirm what has happened to our body as we trained this back. Let's check that back and see the pump. And as you can see, the width is so much pumped. You can see those lats that are popping just below the armpits, and it's looking nasty. You can see it's not something that comes easy, you have to work hard to get this. And the shoulders are also a little bit pumped because of the movement throughout. So right now we are still on our bulk, and which means we are on a caloric surplus. We are eating more than we need for our energy throughout the day. And personally right now, what I'm working on is increasing my protein intake. By the way, this is really a challenge for me, guys. I'm really having a big challenge with my protein intake. I'm not hitting my proteins most of the days, and it's something I'm still working on, and I'm trying to improve every single day. Sometimes it's because of time, and sometimes it's because I'm just full because of the protein I ate was not of high quality enough, and it kept me full for long. Let's say if I eat a lot of beans throughout the day, you find that I will be full most of the time. Or if there's some meals that I had that I didn't have proteins, I will be full for long, and that doesn't give me time to eat, because I don't like eating when full. Personally, I don't force feed. I don't like it. I don't recommend it, because I believe there's a reason why you have hormones that tell you when you need to eat, and I like to obey that. So when my hormones tell me that it's time to eat, I do that, unless I know I'm going to go somewhere and I'll be back home, and by the time I'll be back home, it will be late. I'd already be hungry by then. So when that happens, at least I eat so that I don't get hungry before I get back. But normally, if I know I'm in a situation where I'll be able to access the food, I just stay until I feel hungry. So I don't know about you. I don't know how you guys handle your diet during your bulk. I don't know whether that is really optimal, but just how I do my stuff. I just like to enjoy my food too, because when you eat when you're not hungry, you don't enjoy your food that much. There's always that taste you get the food when you have it, when you really waited for it. I don't know about you. So if you like this video, don't forget to like it, and let me see you in the next one if you subscribed.